What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and Terverion opening up the new Fire King structure deck. So I'm really excited to open up this deck with you guys because it's absolutely insane all the amazing reprints that we got in this structure deck, but it also takes Fire Kings to tier 1 status, which is absolutely insane. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name description for every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your Patreon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this structure deck. So I'm really excited to open up this one with you guys because this really is an insane structure deck because it just takes Fire Kings to like a whole new level because of all the new amazing support, even giving them like 2 new boss monsters and finally getting an extra deck monster, which is just insane. I absolutely love that they got a new extra deck monster that's actually a board wipe, which is just so cool. So let's go ahead and get the structure deck out really quick and go ahead and see what we get in this. So first off, right off the bat, let's take a look at that new boss monster, the Sacred Fire King Garunix. Looks absolutely amazing. But let's go ahead and take a look at the new playmat really quickly before we get into the actual structure deck. And it's going to look absolutely crazy. I love that. Garunix looks so cool in that new playmat, and it just looks really, really neat. So let's go ahead and open up the structure deck and see what we get in here, because this is a really cool deck that I really think you guys should definitely pick up, because there's a lot of really cool ways to build it with Snake Eye, to build it with Dogmatica. There's just so many cool ways to play this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the new Fire King cards. So right off the bat, we're going to get the Sacred Fire King Garunix, which almost works like Darkest Diabolos, where it can special summon itself out to the field, which is really cool, except something has to be destroyed instead of being tributed, which is just insane. This card can also pop cards in the deck, which is just really cool. And also, it just helps you go in for XZ plays, which is amazing. But this card has the ability that if your monster that was originally a fire monster is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon this card from the grave, or it's in your hand, you can special summon it from your hand. It also has the ability this card is normal or special summon. You can destroy 1 fire beast, beast warrior, winged beast monster in your hand or your deck, or face up from field except another copy of this card. And view, this card gains attack equal to half the destroyed monster's attack if it was there, which is just absolutely insane until the end of the turn, which can make this card a crazy powerful OTK piece. We then have the new Fire King High Avatar Kirin. Kirin is a great combo piece because during the main phase, if this card's in your hand, quick effect, destroy 1 other fire monster in your hand or face from field, and we do special summon this card, which is a great ability just to be able to pop a card on the field and just summon out this awesome level 8 so you can make some rank 8 plays. It also has the ability that if this card is destroyed and sent to the grave, then you can special summon 1 Fire King monster from your hand or grave, except another copy of this card, then destroy 1 card on the field, making it a pop and a monster reborn, which is insane. We then have the new level 4 Fire King. This card is really cool, Rag and Bali. This card is insane. It's basically a spell and trap negate, which is just really, really good, and I love that about this card. We then have the new Fire King Sanctuary. This card is like terraforming, but better because it also lets you XZ summon during the opponent's turn if they special summon, which is super cool. Because when this card is activated, you get to place, not search, but place a copy of Fire King Island from your deck face up in the field. And also, once per turn, if a card in your field slow zone would be destroyed by card effect, you can destroy a fire monster in your hand or from your field instead, giving you protection for your copy of Fire King Island, which is great. And also, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can immediately effect resolves, XZ summon 1 XZ fire monster using only Fire King monsters that you control, which is a great effect to be able to step into the new XZ monster. And man, that card is beautiful. I love that. It's got so many colors. It's so pretty. Like, that card is amazing. I absolutely love that they made it an XZ with that black background of an XZ with all of those rainbow flame colors. This card is a board wipe, and you make it with your copy of Sanctuary, which is so cool during the opponent's turn to be a board wipe, almost like a Black Rose during the opponent's turn, which is insane. It has the ability, if this XZ summon card, if this card is XZ summon, you destroy all their monsters on the field. And you can also detach a material on this card to target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. And if you do, this card gains 500 attack. And if this card is destroyed while it has XZ material, you can special summon Fire King monsters from the grave up to the number of materials this card had, which is insane that it also floats into other cards, which is just so cool. We then have the copy of Fire King Skyburn. This card helps you pop cards on your side of the field and on your opponent's side of the field because you target an equal number of Fire King monsters you control on cards your opponent controls and destroy them, which is just such a good effect. It also has the ability, if a Fire King card you control would be destroyed by card effect, then you can manage to discard from the grave instead, just being able to protect your cards. We then have the new Fire King Trap. You're not going to use this one too much, but it's still a really cool looking card. I absolutely love it. We then have Ponix. Ponix is the entire deck now, because if this card, or if your monster that was originally fire is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if this card is normal or special summon, you get a Fire King spell or trap from your deck to your hand, making this card a 1-card combo. And also, during the next standby phase, after this card was destroyed and sent to the grave, add this card back to your hand, which is a great ability just to be able to grab this card back out of the grave and use it over and over again. We then have, for some of the reprints, we're going to have Garunix. We have Barong. We're still going to be playing Barong in the deck. 1 copy of Yangcha. We have the Little Kirin, which is kind of cool. Blaster. Blaster's really cool. I love seeing Dragon Rulers. Burner. Coach Captain Bearman. I've never played that card. We have Coach Soldier Wolfbark. That's a pretty good reprint. We have the Vanisher. That's really cool. This is an old school reprint. This is really cool because this card was, I think, only ever printed inside of the 4th structure deck, 3rd or 4th structure deck that we ever got. So it's really cool to see Infernal Flame Emperor again. We got a Dolgoran reprint. That's really cool. The Blazing Mars. Bonfire Colossus, which is amazing because you can see him like as a big giant right there of flames. That's amazing. We have the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. This is a really cool reprint. Royal Firestorm Guards. Spirit of Flame. Fire Ferret. Fire Ferret's really cool. We have Firebrand. That's really neat. Alpha the Master Beast. That's a really good reprint. I really like that they put Alpha in here. This card's a really good side deck card if you're building like a $30 budget build. Also, this card is great to be able to just have because it's super easy to put on the field. Plus, it's a good reprint. We got Droll. Droll is an amazing reprint in here because it's a hand trap that really did need to be reprinted. And it's nice to have it, especially this format where we're in such a hand trap heavy format. We then have Onslaught of the Fire King, Circle of the Fire King. This card's actually pretty handy in the deck as a 1-of. We then have Rekindling. Rekindling's great. Tinky. Tinky's a great search card to be able to have. Dark Hole makes all your Fire Kings go off. Trade-In's a great draw spell to be able to have. Herald of the Abyss. I've been actually taking this card into my side for talents, so this is a really good card to be able to search. And it's just a good card overall to out a lot of boss monsters, which is really nice to have this as a reprint. We then have Flameville Counter. Flameville Counter is great to have in this deck as well. We have Coronai. That's a great burn spell, or burn trap, I mean. Chain Destruction's great. Torrential Tribute, because, you know, with all this fire, you need a little bit of water. And, you know, it's a lot of fire, so you need this. This card's really good because it makes all your Fire Kings go off, and it's a great trap to have in this deck. I've been playing Torrential Tribute and Fire Kings for years. We then have Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment just says no to anything. I mean, we're already playing the Phoenix, so why not have no as well? We then also have Infinite Impermanence as a common. Looks kind of weird as a common, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really good. Like, that's a really nice reprint. I think it was like $10 before it got reprinted in a Rarity Collection. So it's a really welcome reprint to be able to have in here. I really like that it's in here. We have Power Sink Stone. Power Sink Stone is great to be able to have in here as well. I don't think that's been reprinted like in a long time, so it's really neat as a reprint. We then also have Coach King Giant Trainer. Giant Trainer is great in here as a 1-of as well because this card was really expensive when Dark World Structure Deck came out. And I like that they reprinted it here because it's basically a draw 3, which is just really, really good. Plus it does burn damage to your opponent, which is insane. We then have Diamond Direwolf. That's a really cool reprint. Also really weird to see this card in common, but I really like that they did reprint it in here. We have Hita. Hita's a great card to be able to have in the deck as well. Then we have the original Garunix. Garunix is super cool because this card is a board wipe when it's summoned, which is just insane. And I absolutely love that they included this because you have the old Garunix in here, and then you have the new Garunix, which is just so cool. It looks like an alternative art of Garunix, which is just super cool. And I love this card. It's just such an old school card. We then have Arvada. Arvada is a great card to be able to play in the deck because it's basically a monster negate, which is just really, really nice. And then finally, you have basically the heart and soul of the deck outside of Ponix, which is going to be Fire King Island. Fire King Island is so important for the deck. This card searches you cards. It's just an amazing card overall. So, overall, I feel like they did a fantastic job with this structure deck. It's such a good deck that it basically just comes out tier 1, especially if you include the Snake Eye cards in it. But don't worry, I'm going to be doing a $30 budget build on the channel, which you guys should definitely be on the lookout for. There's all your new cards that we got out of here. Ponix is one of the best ones. The new rank 8. The new rank 8 is actually generic, which is weird. So you can use this in a lot of stuff. This card searches Fire King Island, Spell and Trap Negate. This card is an extender, and this card is just our main boss. We're going to be summoning all the time, but it's really good because we're going to be doing a $30 budget build on the channel. We're going to be doing a Snake Eye version on the channel, which is just going to be Fire Kings. And we're also going to do a Dogmatica version on the channel for the budget players as well, to have a really good build to be able to play outside of the Snake Eye. So don't worry, we're going to have a Fire King deck for just about everybody on the channel. And definitely go down there to the merch shelf and check out the awesome Field Centers that we have and all the other merch we have on the channel. So that's going to do for this one, guys. I really am excited to get working with these decks because it's super fun to see Fire Kings come back and basically be tier 1, which is insane. Like, this deck is already topped, which is really cool, and I love that, and especially Ponix. Ponix is just such a good card. So that's going to do for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.